Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started. Chelsea plot double swoop for Antonio Silva and Jorel Hato as transfer plans heat up. Chelsea have intensified their search for defensive reinforcements as the summer transfer window enters a crucial phase. The club is now actively working behind the scenes to finalize deals for two highly rated young center-backs, with scouts having been deployed to monitor progress and initiate early contact with potential targets. Among the players under serious consideration are Benfica's Antonio Silva and Ajax's Jorel Hato, both regarded as some of the most promising defenders in European football today. Antonio Silva, just 21, caught the eye during Chelsea's recent Club World Cup encounter against Benfica. With scouts watching closely, Silva delivered a composed and disciplined defensive display, highlighted by a crucial clearance off the line to deny Marc Cucurella a goal. The timing and awareness he showed throughout the game reaffirmed why Chelsea have maintained long-term interest in him, and why his name is now climbing higher on their priority list. Chelsea's scouting department had already been tracking Silva for months, but the direct observation during a competitive fixture involving both clubs provided the validation they were looking for. The performance not only confirmed Silva's ability to perform on the big stage, but also demonstrated his composure under pressure and instinctive defensive intelligence, qualities Chelsea believe will be essential as they continue to rebuild their backline for the future. In parallel, discussions have begun for another young defender, Jorel Hato of Ajax. At just 18 years old, Hato has emerged as one of the Eredivisie's breakout stars, showing maturity well beyond his years. A key figure in Ajax's defense last season, Hato is admired for his agility, tactical awareness, and ability to play out from the back. Chelsea are understood to have already established contact with the player's representatives, indicating their strong desire to secure the teenager's signature ahead of growing interest from rival clubs. The pursuit of both Silva and Hato forms part of a broader plan to rejuvenate Chelsea's defense, which has been the subject of both inconsistency and injury struggles in recent campaigns. The club is believed to be targeting at least two new additions at the back before the end of the window. However, any progress will depend on outgoing transfers, as the club works to streamline the squad and manage finances in line with league and UEFA regulations. A number of fringe players are expected to leave the club in the coming weeks. Chelsea are already engaged in talks with several clubs over potential exits for players who are no longer central to the project under manager Enzo Marresca. These departures are seen as key to creating room, both financially and logistically, for new defensive arrivals. The club's board, led by Todd Boehly, is committed to a long-term vision that prioritizes young, high-ceiling talent and sees Silva and Hato as foundational pieces for the coming seasons. The competition for Silva is heating up, with Juventus now reportedly preparing a structured loan offer worth €35 million in total value. Their proposal includes a multi-year payment plan designed to tempt Benfica into doing business. While Chelsea are not alone in pursuing Silva, they will likely need to act quickly and decisively if they are to stay ahead in the race. The club's scouts have returned positive reports, and the technical staff is believed to be fully supportive of launching a formal offer once the conditions on their end, including player sales, are satisfied. Chelsea's focus remains sharp despite the complexity of the window, with scouts continuing to gather data and maintain contact with targets' camps. The club is methodically advancing negotiations while balancing other aspects of their recruitment strategy. The goal is not only to strengthen the squad immediately, but to build a sustainable, elite-level core that can develop together under Marresca's guidance. This transfer window represents a critical turning point for Chelsea's defensive project. While attention has largely been placed on attacking reinforcements earlier in the summer, the emphasis is now shifting toward the back line, where quality depth is seen as essential for any serious title challenge or European campaign. The coming weeks will determine whether Chelsea can capitalize on their early groundwork and convert it into completed deals. With Silva and Hato both interested in taking the next step in their careers, the opportunity is clear. The challenge for Chelsea is ensuring they move swiftly, strategically, and with enough flexibility to win the race for two of Europe's brightest defensive talents. Napoli confirms striker exit as Chelsea eye blockbuster signing $75 million release clause activated. Blues complete $50 million forward deal. London, July 2025. Napoli have officially informed their star striker that he will leave the club this summer, setting the stage for Chelsea to pursue a high-profile transfer. The Italian champions have scheduled the player's medical examination for July 14th to 15th, signaling the end of his tenure in Naples and the activation of his €75 million, £64 million release clause. Chelsea have been active in the transfer market this window, already securing a promising forward for £30 million and finalizing a £50 million agreement for a Brazilian attacker. Despite these acquisitions, the Blues have maintained their interest in acquiring a proven number 9 to lead the line, and the release clause provides a rare opportunity to complete that vision at a fixed price. Club sources indicate that once Napoli's release clause is met, the deal could conclude rapidly. Chelsea's recruitment team has structured its summer business with the specific intention of creating room for an elite center forward, and the recruitment of 2 attacking additions this month has been viewed as preparatory groundwork for the marquee signing. The potential arrival of the striker would bring a player with 37 goals in 41 appearances during his most recent season on loan, numbers that underline his clinical finishing and consistent impact in key moments. Chelsea's technical staff believe his style of play and physical attributes would integrate seamlessly into their evolving tactical framework. With negotiations poised to intensify in the coming days, Chelsea appear ready to trigger the clause and secure a frontline talisman. Napoli, having made their position clear, are now awaiting the formal bid that will conclude one of the most anticipated transfer stories of the summer. You said, increase words, ChatGPT said, certainly. Here is the expanded news-style version, with deeper detail and a formal, professional tone. This version is designed to read like a full-length news article, ideal for websites, long reports, or YouTube narration in a journalistic style. Napoli make final striker decision as Chelsea prepare blockbuster transfer move, €75 million release clause active, medical scheduled. Chelsea finalize £50 million deal as major signing looms. London, July 2025. Napoli have made a definitive move regarding the future of their star striker, setting the stage for what could be one of the most significant transfers of the summer window. According to reports emerging from Italy, the player is expected to return to Napoli's training base in mid-July, not for reintegration into the squad, but to undergo medical testing ahead of a likely departure. The striker, who has been at the center of intense speculation for months, is now on the verge of leaving Napoli on a permanent basis, with his €75 million release clause now officially in effect. Napoli are believed to have communicated to the player and his representatives that the club fully expects him to depart in the coming weeks. His return for medical evaluations on either July 14th or 15th is understood to be procedural, and the club is prepared to facilitate a transfer once a suitor triggers the clause. Chelsea are widely reported to be among the clubs closely monitoring the situation. While the West London side has already been highly active in the market this summer, they are believed to have left space within their squad and transfer strategy to pursue a top-tier striker. And this development now provides the clarity and timing needed to make a move. The striker in question enjoyed a prolific campaign while out on loan last season, registering 37 goals in 41 appearances across all competitions. His physical dominance, elite finishing, and work rate have made him a standout figure on the market, and sources within Chelsea suggest the club has continued internal discussions about his potential fit within the current squad structure. Chelsea have already completed two significant forward signings this summer. A highly rated young striker joined earlier in the window for a fee of £30 million, followed by confirmation this week of a £50 million deal for a Brazilian forward. The latter, known for his versatility and technical quality, is expected to bolster Chelsea's front line in both domestic and European competitions. However, the club's pursuit of a clinical, high-output central striker has never waned. Club analysts and football operations staff have reportedly identified the Napoli star as a long-term solution capable of transforming the team's attacking dynamics. His proven track record and ability to perform in high-pressure scenarios make him an ideal candidate to lead the line in the next phase of Chelsea's sporting project. It is understood that Chelsea's broader recruitment strategy has been intentionally structured to create the flexibility